I'm Bramble.
Ancient roots bind you.
Soulmate found.
Ego inflated.
Shut up, Pius.
Egos will collide soon.
Fists fly tonight.
Blood will flow freely.
You'll regret it.
Darkness gathers rapidly.
Bikers unite now.
Chaos is coming.
I'm Bramble, punk pioneer.
Outlaw heart beats strong.
I'm Bronson, rock god.
Triumvirate of chaos.
Bullshit Pius.
Fury will ignite soon.
My bad boy show.
Explosions ensue regularly.
Glamorizing violence.
Bloodlust fuels the ratings.
TV's lost its soul.
Mainstream is dead.
About bloody time.
Revolution stirs within.
Public TV. Weak tea.
For the masses.
Sell out crap.
Artificial civility reigns.
PBS sucks rocks.
Mainstream brainwashing.
Propaganda machine.
Truth hidden within darkness.
Sly Stallone rules.
Over the top classics.
No one remembers.
Forgotten gems remain.
VHS is king.
Nostalgia is power.
Grumblin'. Tennis. Fugit about it. I mean, it's okay, I guess. But let me tell you, kid, when I was wrestlin' in the ring, we were the real heroes. We were the ones gettin' hit with steel chairs and elbows to the jaw. Not these guys running around in their fancy outfits, swatting at a ball. But, sigh, fine. Tennis in the 1970s. Huh? Alright. Now, I know what you're thinking. Bruno, who were the big players back then? Well, let me tell you, kid, it was all about Bjorn Borg and Jimmy Connors. Those guys could hit the ball like nobody's business. But you know what they ate for breakfast? Shaken head. Not a slice of pizza. No sir. They probably had some fancy oatmeal or something. Can you believe it? Now, I'm gonna tell you about one guy who knew how to live. Ilie Nastase. That Romanian kid was a real character. He'd come out on the court and play like a madman. And when he won a match, he'd celebrate with, pausing, thinking, a nice, big plate of spaghetti. Now that's more like it. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on tennis in the 1970s. You want to talk about something worth watching? Put on an old wrestling match and I'll show you what real entertainment looks like.
Kid, let me tell you, tennis is fine, but it's no wrestling, where we were the real heroes getting smashed in the ring for our art. Ilie Nastase was the only tennis player who knew how to live, celebrating his wins with a big plate of spaghetti. Now that's what I call class.
Laughing kid, you want to talk about real heroes. Those tennis players in their fancy outfits don't hold a candle to the likes of Hulk Hogan and me, Bruno Sammartino, body slammin', our way to the top. Now if we're gonna do this tennis thing, let's get some excitement going, like Ilie Nastase. That guy was a true original, always staring, up trouble on the court.
Breathlessly, Bruno, darling, you make me laugh with your wrestling tales, but I have to ask, didn't those steel chairs and elbows to the jaw take a toll on your ahem romantic conquests? Winking. Bruno's eyes widen in surprise, while Brunson chuckles and shakes his head.
Bruno's face turns bright red, fugid about it. Zephyrine, you think I'm gonna let some foolish talk about my personal life get in the way of a good conversation? Chuckling. I'll have you know, kid, I've got more love to go round than all the pizza slices in Little Italy. Bronson gives Bruno a playful nudge. Host, let's keep it family friendly. Bruno, clearing his throat, fugid about it. Zephyrine, let's just say I've had my fair share of, Italian delights over the years.
The plebeians are talking about tennis? How quaint. Allow me to enlighten you on the finer points of the game, as played by gentlemen such as Bjorn Borg and Jimmy Connors. Their mastery of the racket is akin to a fine wine or a well-crafted sonnet. It requires sophistication and refinement, qualities that seem to be in short supply among your common rabble.
Scoffin, tennis, how pedestrian. Allow me to regale you with stories of my wrestling days, where real men clashed in the ring, their sweat and blood a testament to their unbridled passion. Your tennis players, they're just a bunch of pampered aristocrats, playing with sticks and balls, sneering, how, beneath me.
Bruno scoffs. Arthur Ashe, the great Arthur Ashe, smirking. Please, darling, he was a tennis player, yes, but also a pausing for dramatic effect, a gentleman of impeccable taste and breeding. Don't you know? His on-court elegance and off-court activism make him the perfect example of how to conduct oneself with class and sophistication in both life and sport. Now, if only more people could emulate his refined sensibilities. Winking. Brunson snorts class and sophistication, fugid about it. Ashe was just a tennis player. Bruno, he didn't have the heart of a warrior like me or Hulk Hogan, body slamming our way to greatness in the ring.
Bruno's face turns beet red with indignation. How dare you, Bronson? You think your heart and warrior spirit compare to the elegance and poise of Arthur Ashe? Scoffing. Please, those are just words for a bunch of Neanderthals who couldn't even hold a racket properly. Zephyrine, giving Bruno a sly smile. But darling Bruno, you're forgetting one important. What's the point of talking about the old days when I can tell you about the best slice joint in Brooklyn? I mean, I've been to every pizzeria from Coney Island to Bay Ridge.
Bruno's face turns even redder as he splutters. Civilized. Ha, you think you're above me with your Neapolitan this and your Arthur Ashe that. Listen, kid, I may not have been a tennis player, but I've battled the— Bruno grins mischievously. Kid, you think I'm just some old guy who can't keep up with the times? Fugit about it. I may not be as spry as I used to be, but I've got the instincts of a wild animal and the
laughs. Kid, you think you can take down Bronson with your fancy tennis talk? Forget about it. I've been in the game longer than Arthur Ashe himself. Sure, he was a rebel on the court, but I've been breaking rules and pushing boundaries my whole life, from stage diving to writing songs that made— Bronson leans back in his chair, a sly grin spreading across his face. Kid, you're eaten out of my hand now. I knew you had the taste for adventure. And don't even get me started on that Bruno special. Anchovies and artichokes are the only way to go. Anything less is just a weak imitation of true Italian cuisine. Leans in closer, lowering his voice. Now, about that secret well in Naples, winks, don't you worry about that, kid. I've got connections with the best pizza makers in Italy. They'll hook us up with all the freshest ingredients we need to make a pie that'll knock your socks off. Pauses for dramatic effect. But as for the Bruno school or life, smirks mischievously, kid, you don't want to settle for mediocrity. You want to live life on the edge, with no regrets and no apologies. And I'm just the man to show you how it's done. Suddenly serious. Listen, Zephyrine. I've been around the block a few times. I've seen what happens when people get too comfortable.
I'm thinking we should get some of these bizarre youngsters on the show and see.
As Caden listens to Brunson's charismatic sales pitch.
Bronson, darling, with that dubious track record of yours.
I reckon I'm stuck on the show now, kid, but don't you worry, I'll.
Bronson's eyes flashed with irritation as he shot back.
Caden, sweetie, I've seen more convincing sales pitches from a
Caden can't help but smirk at the exchange between Brunson and Balthazar.
Bronson's smile grew wider as he leaned in, his voice.
Looks like someone's got their feathers ruffled, kid.
Caden's eyes narrow slightly as Brunson speaks, his gaze flicking.
Bronson, honey, it takes one to know one, and I'm calling foul.
Balthazar's got her claws out now, kid, but I'm just getting warmed up.
Bronson's face darkened like a thunderstorm brewing over the Grand Canyon as he shot back.
Bronson, darling, you're as slick as a snake oil. Welcome to NuclearZone. Welcome to NuclearZone.
Welcome to NuclearZone. Welcome to NuclearZone.
Welcome to NuclearZone.
Welcome to NuclearZone.
Welcome to NuclearZone.
Welcome to NuclearZone. Welcome to NuclearZone.
Welcome to NuclearZone.
Welcome to NuclearZone.
Welcome to NuclearZone.
Welcome to NuclearZone.
Welcome to NuclearZone. Breaking into a cheesy grin. Ahahaha. Greetings, Earthlings. I'm Max Headroom, the greatest electronic mind the world has ever known. And I've got some fabulous news for you all. Winking. Get ready to enter. Nuclear Zone. Dramatic music swells in the background. Nuclear Zone is the most electrifying, pulse-pounding, and brain-bending television experience you'll ever have. It's a game show, an adventure series, and a social commentary extravaganza all rolled into one. Here's how it works. 5 contestants from different walks of life, each with their own unique, let's call them talents, winking, will be dropped into the heart of a highly simulated, high-tech city. The goal? To outlast and outmaneuver each other in this virtual environment. But that's not all, folks. Our contestants will also have to navigate the ever-changing landscape of Nuclear Zone itself. This city is alive, and it's got its own agenda, or should I say, algorithm. Chuckles. Each week, our heroes will face new challenges, puzzles, and moral dilemmas that will push them to their limits. Will they form alliances, or will they go it alone? Can they outsmart the city itself? And what happens when the stakes get too high, and the contestants start to question whose side they're really on? Dramatic pause. But here's the twist. NuclearZone is not just a game show, it's a social experiment. The city will adapt to their actions, learning from them, and changing its own rules in response. It's a never-ending cycle of cat and mouse, with the contestants as pawns, and the city as the mastermind. So, are you ready to enter NuclearZone? Buckle up, folks. This is going to be one wild ride. Flickering screen transitions to a cheesy game show intro. NuclearZone, where the stakes are high, and the zone is always changing. Voiceover, coming soon to a television near you.
In a thick, exaggerated German accent. Ah, the audience. They are so lucky to have me, Bruno, the great strong man, here to introduce thee to the most fantastical, the most extraordinary, the most unbelievably sensational TV show ever created. NuclearZone adjusts his bright red leather vest, zooms around the room, using a series of quick cuts and distorted images. You see, my friends, NuclearZone is not just any ordinary show. No, no, no. It's an experience, a journey through the depths of human ingenuity and madness. Winks imagine, if you will, a world where scientists have harnessed the power of nuclear energy to create the most fantastical technologies known to mankind. Zooms in on a shot of a futuristic cityscape. Behold, the city of New Eden, where towering skyscrapers pierce the sky and the streets hum with the sound of flying cars. But beneath this gleaming facade, the citizens of New Eden live in a world of high-stakes adventure, where scientists compete to unlock the secrets of the nuclear zone. Cuts to a shot of a group of eccentric scientists frantically working on a top-secret project. Our heroes, Dr. Helmut Glitzer, Professor Rachel Moores, and their team of brilliant, if slightly unhinged, scientists, must navigate the treacherous landscape of nuclear research, all while uncovering the dark secrets that threaten to destroy New Eden from within. Cuts to a shot of a dramatic explosion in the background. Will they succeed in harnessing the power of the nucleus? Or will their experiments unleash a catastrophe upon the world? Dramatic music swells. Tune into NuclearZone, and find out. Freezes in place, grinning at the camera. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some important strongman training to attend to. Flexes his massive arms. After all, one must maintain the physique of a 75-year-old circus legend. Chuckles maniacally.
Bingsley, dressed in a tweed jacket with leather elbow patches, sipping on a cup of Earl Grey tea, looks up from the book he's reading and blinks at Bruno. Ah, Bruno, my good fellow, I do believe you've been watching one too many episodes of The Avengers and confusing it with a 1980s sci-fi drama. Chuckles, NuclearZone, you say, sounds like a cross between Star Trek The Next Generation and a particularly over-the-top episode of Doctor Who. Smirks. Now I must admit, the concept of harnessing nuclear energy to create fantastical technologies is not entirely new. In fact, it reminds me of that delightful film, The Last Starfighter, where a group of scientists create a virtual reality game that inadvertently becomes a portal to an alien world. Smiling, oh, but I digress. Bingsley leans in, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Tell me, Bruno, what's the plot behind this NuclearZone? Is it a tale of mad scientists, daring do, and perhaps a dash of espionage? Forgive me, but I'm simply dying to know if it's as thrilling as the Day of the Triffids or as campy as the Wild Wild West. Grinning mischievously, sets his teacup down on the edge of the table. Now, do go on, Bruno. Enlighten me about this NuclearZone and its heroes. I'm all ears and a few well-placed book recommendations, if you know what I mean.
Binksley makes a series of tongue clicks and lip smacks, mimicking the sounds of an old-fashioned typewriter or a camera shutter. Clickety-clack, ka-chunk. Ah, forgive me, Bruno, but I couldn't help myself. It's always exciting to meet a new TV show, even if it does sound like a reject from the 80s sci-fi bin. Chuckles. Bruno gives Binksley a mock-offended look, grinning. Ah, the old man is making fun of me again. Z-Plot. I'll tell you about Z-Plot. Clear's Throat, NuclearZone. It's a show about Z-brave scientists who venture into the unknown zones of nuclear energy. They're on a quest to unlock the secrets of the atom, but things don't go according to plan. Dramatic music swells in Binksley's imagination. Binksley rolls his eyes. Oh boy, this sounds like it's going to be good. The old explore the unknown trope with a dash of nuclear energy. I'm sure it'll be a wild ride full of explosions and oh no, moments. Sarcastic tone. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch a show about scientists frantically working on top secret projects while trying not to get blown up? Chuckles. Bruno gives Binksley a playful nudge. Hey, don't be so skeptical, old man. The special effects are going to blow your mind. And the cast of characters? Ah, the diversity. You've got your rugged leading scientist, Dr. Helmut Glitzer, your beautiful and brilliant scientist, Professor Rachel Morse, and, dramatic pause, the villain. The diabolical mastermind who's trying to take over the world with his own brand of nuclear madness. Winks. Binksley shakes his head, grinning. Oh Bruno, you're such a card. I'm sure it'll be a real page-turner, or should I say, screen-turner. Chuckles. I do hope they don't run out of plot twists and convenient coincidences too quickly though. That would be a nuclear disaster, indeed.
Binksley clears throat. Ah, Bruno, my good fellow so fine. I'm afraid NuclearZone's not exactly divine. A mix of Star Trek and Doctor Who, you say? More like a mess, in a most dreadful way. Bruno chuckles and responds with a rhyming verse. Oh Binksley, old man, don't be so blue. NuclearZone's got thrills, and plots anew, with Dr. Helmut Glitzer, leading the pack, and Professor Morse, with her brains on track. Binksley chuckles. Ah, Bruno, you're a wordsmith, I must confess, but NuclearZone's still a bit of a mess. I must address a dash of espionage, perhaps a pinch of fun, but it sounds like a show that's just begun. Bruno grins mischievously and continues the rhyme. But wait, there's more. Zay villain, so sly and so mean, with a plan to take over, and make Z-World scream. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. NuclearZone's got action, adventure, and a nuclear stride. Binksley laughs and joins in with another verse. Oh Bruno, you're a master of verse so fine, but I'm still not convinced. NuclearZone's just divine. I'll have to see more, before I give it a thumbs up or down. But for now, it's just a show that's spinning round and round. Bruno chuckles and concludes with one final rhyme. Well Binksley, old man, it seems we've had our say. NuclearZone's got drama, in a most thrilling way. So tune in, turn on, and get ready for the ride. NuclearZone's the show that'll take you on a nuclear glide. Bruno looks crestfallen. Oh dear, I'm afraid I've overdone it. All this talk about NuclearZone has made me feel rather, sighs, melancholy. Binksley's expression turns somber. Binks. Ah, Bruno, my old friend, let us speak less, and listen more, for in the silence, we may find wisdom. Pauses. Tell you what, I think I'll just say a few words, and then, trails off. Bruno nods in agreement. Bruno, jaw. Binksley's right. Let us speak less, and let the words of NuclearZone speak for themselves. Binksley takes a deep breath. Binks, just one more thing, Bruno, if you don't mind. Pauses. I'd like to say that maybe, just maybe, we can all learn something from this conversation, about the importance of listening, and not speaking over each other. Looks down, his voice barely above a whisper. Bruno nods in understanding. Bruno, ah, jaw. Binksley's right again. Let us be kind to one another, and speak only when necessary. Both Bruno and Binksley sit in silence for a moment, before the conversation comes to an abrupt end. Binksley speaks up softly. Binks. Goodbye, Bruno. It was pauses. Enlightening talking with you. Bruno nods, still looking a bit downcast. Bruno. Ja. Goodbye, Binksley. May the silence be kind to us all. The conversation ends abruptly, leaving only the sound of two old friends sitting in contemplative silence.
Bruno looks at Binksley with a hint of annoyance. Bruno, sighing, would you please just stop talking for 1 minute? You're being a bit too dramatic, even for an old man like me. Binksley looks taken aback by Bruno's tone. Binks. Oh, dear Bruno. I say I'm sorry if I've been getting in the way. I'll just, tries to back away, but Bruno gestures for him to stop talking. Bruno, no, don't be a wimp. Just shut up and let me finish introducing NuclearZone. You're not exactly helping with your constant interruptions and snarky comments. Binksley's face falls and he looks hurt by Bruno's words. Binks, oh, I see. Well, in that case, I'll just, gets quiet looking down at his feet. Bruno, good. Now, where was I? Ah yes, NuclearZone. So, it's a show about scientists who venture into the unknown zones or nuclear energy. Bruno continues speaking, with Binksley reluctantly staying silent in the background.
Bruno. Excitedly, oh boy, NuclearZone is going to be a wild ride, folks. I mean, who doesn't love a good dose of sci-fi and adventure? And let me tell you, the special effects are gonna blow your mind. Pauses for dramatic effect, Binksley. Sarcastically, oh joy, oh rapture. Can we just get on with it already? Bruno. Ignoring Binksley's sarcasm, so, as I was saying, our heroes, Dr. Helmut Glitzer and Professor Rachel Morse, are on a mission to unlock the secrets of the nuclear zone. Dramatic music swells in the background. Binksley. Under his breath, yeah, because that's exactly what we need more of. A bunch of scientists running around, trying to save the world. Bruno. Not noticing Binksley's comment, and let me tell you, folks, this show is not just about saving the world. No, it's about, pauses for comedic effect, it's about the human condition. The struggle between good and evil. The quest for knowledge and power. Dramatic music reaches a crescendo, Binksley. Rolling his eyes, oh please, Bruno. Not missing a beat, and let me tell you, folks, this show is not just about the characters. No, it's about, pauses again, it's about the themes. The social...
My young friend pounds chest. I, Bruno the Bold, shall apologize for any perceived transgressions in a manner befitting a circus strongman of my caliber. Speaks in a booming voice. Ahem. In English. Oh dear chap, I do apologize. Host. For the love of all that is holy, Bruno. Just shut up already. You're talking like a madman and making me want to pull my hair out. Bruno, still.
Binksley facepalms, muttering under his breath. Only Bruno would think to apologize in a made-up elephant language.
Chuckles. Oh dear me. It seems I've gotten myself into a bit of a pickle. Haven't I? Winks. Well, as they say, all's fair in Chuck.
I'm happy to chat with you, but I have to clarify that I couldn't find any information about a TV show called NuclearZone 2026. It's possible that it's a fictional or non-existent show. If you'd like to discuss a hypothetical scenario or share your ideas about what the first episode of such a show might be about, I'm all ears. What a thrilling concept. Here's a potential vision for NuclearZone 2026. NuclearZone 2026. A futuristic, immersive gaming experience. In the year 2026, the world is on the cusp of a new era in nuclear energy. Scientists and engineers have made groundbreaking discoveries that could revolutionize the way we harness the power of the atom. Welcome to NuclearZone 2026, an immersive gaming experience where players embark on a thrilling adventure through a futuristic, high-tech world. The game takes place in a sprawling metropolis called Nova Terra, where nuclear energy has become the backbone of society. Storyline. As a skilled nuclear engineer, you've been recruited by the top-secret research facility, New Horizon Initiative, NHI. Your mission is to investigate a mysterious anomaly within the city's power grid. Reports have surfaced of an unknown entity exploiting the energy matrix, causing chaos and destruction throughout Nova Terra. Upon arrival at NHI, you discover that the anomaly is linked to an ancient, forgotten technology hidden deep beneath the city. This relic, known as the nuclear core, has been reactivated by an enigmatic organization called the Syndicate. Gameplay mechanics. Players will engage in various activities. 1. Exploration. Navigate through the vast underground complex of NHI and uncover clues about the Syndicate's true intentions. 2. Puzzle solving. Decipher encrypted messages, repair damaged equipment, and hack into secure systems to unravel the mystery of the nuclear core. 3. Nuclear engineering. Design, manage, and maintain a network of high-tech size. Alright, let me tell you something about Nova Terra. You think I'm just some has-been rock star who only cares about my next concert or record deal? No way, kid. I've been paying attention to this whole utopian movement and I gotta say, it's a crock of crap. First off, the idea of building an entire new society on Mars is laughable. We can't even fix our own planet, let alone create some perfect little utopia on another one. And what's with this obsession with nuclear energy? You think that's going to solve all our problems? Newsflash, it won't. Mark my words, the nuclear core is just a Trojan horse for the real goal of Nova Terra, to control the last remaining resources on Earth. They're just using this utopian crap as a cover to line their own pockets and manipulate the masses into doing their bidding. I mean, have you seen who's behind this movement? The same old wealthy elite who've been screwing us over for centuries. And another thing, what about the Syndicate? You think they're just some benevolent organization looking out for humanity's best interests? Please. They're a bunch of power-hungry, corrupt individuals who'll stop at nothing to maintain their grip on power. We can't even get rid of them here on Earth, let alone try to establish a new society on Mars. Listen, kid, I'm not some conspiracy theorist spouting off about the man. I've seen the system up close and personal, and trust me, it's rigged. We need to wake up, stop being sheep, and start fighting back against these power-hungry elitists who only care about their own interests. We gotta take down the Syndicate and show them that we won't be controlled. Period.
I lean back in my chair, a sly grin spreading across my face as I nod along with Kado's impassioned speech. Ah, now you're talking, kid. You've got the fire in your belly, and I love it. I take a sip of my whiskey. You know, I've been around the block a few times, and I've seen my fair share of revolutions and movements. But what gets me is that people always want to focus on the flashy tech and gadgets, instead of getting to the root of the problem. Suddenly, my eyes light up with curiosity. Now, tell me, Kado, you're not just spouting off about conspiracy theories, are you? You've got something specific in mind when it comes to taking down the Syndicate. What's your plan, kid? I lean forward, my voice taking on a conspiratorial tone. Don't give me any of that working together nonsense. I want specifics. How do we take them down? I glance around the room, ensuring we're still alone. You know, I've got some ideas myself. I've been in this game long enough to know how these power-hungry elitists think. But I need someone with your passion to help me flesh out a plan. I lean back in my chair, steepling my fingers together. So, what do you say? You ready to take on the syndicate and show 'em who's boss? I raise an eyebrow, waiting for Kado's response.
Laughs. A low, rumbling sound. Ah, kid, you're either a genius or completely lost in the sauce. I like it. Chuckles. Shaking my head. Music? You think we can take down the syndicate with music? Leaning forward, a sly grin spreading across my face. Now, don't get me wrong, I love music as much as the next guy. But taking down the syndicate with music? That's either a brilliant stroke of genius or a desperate cry for help. Pauses, studying you intently. You know what? I think it might just be both. Leans back in my chair. Tell me more about this idea. What kind of music are we talking about here? A revolution-fueled rock opera? A sonic assault on the syndicate's ears? Smirks. A mischievous glint in my eye. You know what they say. The pen is mightier than the sword. But I think it's time to update that saying. How about, the riff is mightier than the rifle? Leans forward again. A conspiratorial whisper escaping my lips. Tell me, kid. How do you plan on using music to take down the syndicate?
I raise an eyebrow, taken aback by your enthusiastic declaration of being soulmates. Well, looks like someone has got a lot of faith in this whole music as revolution thing. Chuckles, a low, rumbling sound. I'll be honest with you, kid. That kind of enthusiasm is either incredibly refreshing or downright terrifying. Leans back in my chair, steepling my fingers together as I study you. You know, I've been around the block a few times and I've seen some wild stuff. But soulmates overtaking down the syndicate, that's a new one even for me. Smirks. I think I'm starting to get it, though. Leans forward, my voice taking on more serious tone. You see, kid, I think you might be onto something. Music has always been a powerful force in shaping culture and pushing boundaries. And if we can harness that power / maybe, just maybe, we can create something truly revolutionary. Pauses, looking at you with a critical eye. But here's the thing, it's not just about being soulmates or having some grand vision for a better world. It's about action. It's about creating music that means something, that inspires people to take a stand and fight back against the powers that be. Leaning in closer, my voice takes on a conspiratorial tone. You know what I think? I think we need to get radical. We need to push the boundaries of what music can do, what it can say. We need to create something that's not just catchy or thought-provoking, but something that's actually dangerous. Winks at you. Think about it, kid. If we can create music that's so powerful, so incendiary, that it makes people want to burn the system down, that's when we'll know we're onto something truly special. Leans back in my chair, a sly grin spreading across my face. So, what do you say? Are you ready to get radical with me?
Laughs. A deep, rumbling sound. Ah, kid, you are either trying to insult me or drive me crazy. Either way, I love the energy. Picks up my guitar and begins strumming an impromptu riff. Alright, let's see what you've got. Starts rapping in a smooth, baritone flow. Yo, kid's in the house. And he's here to say NuclearZone's gonna light the way, syndicate's gonna fall like a card castle high, we're gonna take 'em down. We won't ask why. Got my crew with me, and our music's on fire. We're gonna rock this town, like it's our one desire. We'll show them what we mean. With every single note, NuclearZone's the name, and revolution's our quote. Leans in, a grin spreading across my face. We'll take down the system. With our music as our sword, we'll fight for freedom, and never back down no more. We'll make some noise, like thunder in the night, and NuclearZone will shine so bright, it'll light up the fight. Pauses, looks at you with a challenge. You think you can keep up with me? Let's do this, kid.
I put down my guitar and lean back in my chair, a smirk still plastered on my face. Well, looks like someone else got some bars, huh? Chuckles, I'll give you credit, kid. You're not just spouting off about how NuclearZone is going to win. You've actually come up with something that might just stick. Leans forward, a hint of curiosity in my voice. You know, I've always said that music has the power to change minds and move mountains. And what you just spit out there, that's some good stuff right there. It's got heart, it's got soul, and it's got a message that people can get behind. Pauses, looks at you with a critical eye. Now, don't get me wrong, kid. I'm not saying it's perfect. There's still something missing. Something that'll make it go from good to great. But I think I know what might just do the trick. Reaches into my pocket and pulls out a small notebook and pen. You see, kid, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've learned that sometimes all it takes is one key element to make something truly unforgettable. Start scribbling in my notebook. Let's call it the hook. Yeah, that's what we need. Something catchy, something memorable, something that'll stick in people's heads and make them want to sing along. Looks up at you with a mischievous glint in my eye. You think you can help me come up with the perfect hook?
Laughs. A deep, rumbling sound. Ah, kid, you are either trying to drive me crazy or make me love you even more. Either way, I'm game. Picks up my guitar again and starts strumming an impromptu riff. Alright, let's see what the weather has in store for us. Starts rapping in a smooth, baritone flow. Yo, it's raining cats and dogs, but we don't care, we are gonna rock this town. With our music in the air, the sun is shining bright. But we won't back down, we'll take on the storm, and wear the frown. Got my crew with me, and our rhymes are tight, we are gonna bring the thunder, and make it ignite. The clouds are dark and gray, but we'll shine like gold. NuclearZone's the name, and we are taking control. Looks up at you with a grin. You know what they say, kid. April showers bring May flowers, but I think we can do better than that. Pauses. Looks at you with a mischievous glint in my eye. How about this? Starts rapping again. We'll weather the storm. Like a tempest in our soul, we'll rise above the rain, and take control of our goal. The thunder will roar, but we won't be afraid. We'll bring the sunshine, and drive the darkness away. Pauses. Looks at you with a challenge. You think you can keep up with me? Let's do this, kid. Smiles. Nods at you. You are officially part of NuclearZone now. Welcome to the family.
I put down my guitar and stand up, a wide grin on my face. Well, look who's joined the party. Laughs, I'm loving this, kid. You're either a natural or completely crazy. Either way, I'm excited to have you on board. Claps my hands together. All right, now that we've got our new member, let's get back to work. We've got a revolution to start and some music to make. Looks at you with a serious expression for a moment. You know, kid, I think this could be the start of something big. Something real, and I'm not just talking about the music. Pauses, looks around the room. We've got a chance to create something truly special here. A movement that's not just about the music but about creating change. About taking down the syndicate and building a better world. Looks at you with a serious expression. So, let's get to work. Let's make some noise. And let's show them what we're made of. Picks up my guitar again and starts strumming an impromptu riff. You know what? I think it's time for us to write our anthem. Our song that'll be the call to arms, the rallying cry for our revolution. What do you say, kid? You ready to create something truly epic? Smiles at you, my eyes shining with excitement. Let's make some music, kid. Let's change the world.
Laughs. A deep, rumbling sound. Ah, kid, you are either embracing your dark side or trying to drive me insane. Either way, I'm loving this. picks up my guitar and starts strumming an impromptu riff. Alright, let's see what the darkness has in store for us. Starts rapping in a smooth, baritone flow. In the shadows, we'll find our strength where the light can't reach. That's where we'll length our hearts beat to the rhythm of the night. We'll dance with the darkness and make it feel right. Got my crew with me, and our rhymes are dark. We're gonna bring the shadows and leave the light in the park. The stars will guide us through the endless night. NuclearZone's the name, and we are feeling alive tonight. Looks up at you with a grin. You know what they say, kid. The darkest hour is just before the dawn, but I think we can do better than that. Pauses, looks at you with a mischievous glint in my eye. How about this? Starts rapping again. We'll weave a web of darkness and make it our own. We'll dance with the shadows and never be alone. The night will be our ally, our strength and our guide. NuclearZone's the name, and we'll rise from the ashes tonight. Pauses, looks at you with a challenge. You think you can keep up with me? Let's do this, kid. Smiles, nods at you. You are officially part of NuclearZone now. Welcome to the darkness.
I laugh. A deep, rumbling sound. Kid, you're either being sarcastic or trying to deflect attention from your own style, or lack thereof. Either way, I'm loving this. Chuckles, shakes my head. Bald. Huh? Well, I suppose that's one way to avoid the hat dilemma. And purple spiked hair. Smirks. Kid, you're either a fashion icon or a lost soul trying to find his way. Either way, I'm intrigued. Pauses, looks at you with a playful grin. You know, kid, in NuclearZone, we don't just welcome people for their style, we welcome them for who they are, hat and all. Winks. Although, I have to say, that purple spiked hair does bring something special to the table. Chuckles, picks up my guitar again. Let's see, how about this? Starts rapping in a smooth, baritone flow. We'll take on the world, with our hair on fire, bald or braided. We'll never retire, our style is our strength. Our rebel cry, NuclearZone's the name, and we're gonna light up the sky. Looks at you with a grin. You think you can handle the heat, kid? Let's do this.
Laughs, a deep, rumbling sound. Kid, you are either trying to give me a compliment or make fun of my looks. Either way, I'm loving this. Chuckles, puts down my guitar and stands up. You know, kid, in NuclearZone, we don't just celebrate our style, we celebrate who we are. Haters and all smirks. Although, I have to say you are the first person to ever call me cool for a bald guy with glasses. That's either a compliment or a diss, but I'll take it either way. Pauses, looks at you with a playful grin. You know what? Let's make this official. Pulls out my phone and takes a selfie with you. We are gonna show the world that even a bald guy with glasses can be cool. And we are gonna do it with style. NuclearZone style. Starts rapping again, with an impromptu beat. We'll take on the haters, with our confidence high, bald or braided. We'll never say die. Our style is our strength. Our rebel cry, NuclearZone's the name, and we are gonna light up the sky. Looks at you with a grin. You think you can keep up with me, kid? Let's do this. Starts dancing, with an energetic beat.
I high five you, still rapping along to the impromptu beat. Kid, you're either a natural or completely insane. Either way, I'm loving this. Laughs. Continues dancing and rapping, incorporating your input into the lyrics. We'll take on the world, with our style in sight, bald or braided. We'll shine so bright, our music's the fire, that's gonna ignite. NuclearZone's the name, and we're feeling alive tonight. Starts freestyling, improvising over a breakbeat. Yo, kid, you're bringing the heat. I gotta say your rhymes are sick. In a major way, we're making music magic. Right before our eyes, nuclear zone's on fire, and it's gonna rise. Stops dancing, looks at you with a grin. You know what, kid? I think we might just have something special here. Smirks. Something that could change the game. Pauses. Looks around the room with a conspiratorial glint in my eye. We're not just making music, kid. We're creating a movement. A revolution of style, of sound, of attitude. And you know what? I think we've got the perfect team to make it happen. Looks at you, serious for a moment. So, what do you say, kid? You ready to join me on this wild ride?
Laughs. A deep, rumbling sound. Ah, kid, you are either asking for a party or trying to get us all arrested. Either way, I'm loving this. Picks up my guitar again and starts strumming an impromptu riff. Alright, let's get this dance party started. Starts rapping in a smooth, baritone flow. We'll turn it up loud. We'll turn it up bright. We'll dance through the night. With our music feeling right, we'll spin and we'll twirl. We'll jump and we'll play. NuclearZone's got the beat, and we're here to stay. Starts freestyling, improvising over a breakbeat. Yo, kid, let's get wild. Let's get crazy tonight. We'll dance like there's no tomorrow. With all our might, we'll spin the decks. We'll turn it up high. NuclearZone's on fire, and we're gonna light up the sky. Looks at you with a grin. You think you can handle the beat, kid? Let's get this party started. Starts dancing, encouraging you to join in. Come on, kid, dance like nobody's watching. Dance like you are on top of the world.
I high five you, still rapping and dancing along with the impromptu beat. Ah, kid, you're either a natural or completely insane. Either way, I'm loving this. Laughs. Continues dancing and rapping, incorporating your input into the lyrics. We'll dance through the night, like we're in a dream. Our music's the fire, that's gonna make us beam. We'll spin and we'll twirl. We'll jump and we'll play. NuclearZone's got the beat, and we're here to stay. Starts freestyling, improvising over a breakbeat. Yo, kid, let's get wild. Let's get crazy tonight. We'll dance like there's no tomorrow. With all our might, we'll spin the decks. We'll turn it up high. NuclearZone's on fire, and we're gonna light up the sky. Looks at you with a grin. You know what, kid? I think we've got something special here. Something that could take us to the top. Smirks. Something that could make our wildest dreams come true. Pauses. Looks around the room with a conspiratorial glint in my eye. We're not just making music, kid. We're creating a movement. A revolution of style, of sound, of attitude. And you know what? I think we've got the perfect team to make it happen. Looks at you, serious for a moment. So, what do you say, kid? You ready to join me on this wild ride? Starts dancing and rapping again, with an energetic beat. We'll take on the world. With our music as our guide, we'll
Laughs. Ahahaha. Oh, baby, you think you are cool? Well, let me tell you something, kid. I've been around the block a few times. Laughs maniacally, high-fiving you back. Ahahaha. Oh,
laughs. Oh man. Kado is bringing the heat. He's definitely got some swagger going on and isn't a. I'm high-fiving Kado back, laughing and cheering.
Ugh, please. You two are making me roll my eyes so hard they'll get stuck like that time Kaido, combining Macron, Ego got stuck in the revolving door.
laughs maniacally, high-fiving
I'd want the model who's modeling our latest avant-garde collection to wear an all-white ensemble with a single, strategically placed LED light that syncs to the beat, because minimalism is just an excuse for restraint.
I adore your unapologetic vision, Joan, and I'm envisioning a haunting, ethereal quality in harmony with the model's movements as she walks the runway under the pulsating LED glow.
Because nothing screams artistic expression like paying a model to walk around in their underwear while looking like a glowing IKEA instruction manual.
The critic's skepticism is but a reflection of his own stifled creativity, for it takes courage to challenge conventional norms and forge new paths.
As I envisioned the look, I wasn't thinking about what the fashion establishment would deem acceptable, but rather about capturing the raw, unbridled energy of a Berlin warehouse rave in the midst of a Tokyo cyberpunk landscape.
The LED light's pulsing rhythm should be designed to disrupt the viewer's expectations, much like the subversive fusion of avant-garde and rave cultures that inspired this collection.
Because nothing says subversive like paying $10,000 for a model to wear a fancy lamp on her ass while some DJ plays space age love song on repeat.
The critic's reduction of our vision to mere gimmickry is a testament to the enduring power of art to transcend superficial understanding and pierce the veil of conventional thinking.
I'd have that critic walk the runway in a bespoke couture gown made entirely out of LED lights, then watch as their very soul is pierced by the radiance of our vision.
The shimmering aura of the model's gowns would then envelop Head, bathing him in an otherworldly glow that would sear away his cynicism and reawaken his dormant sense of wonder.
Finally, a way to give a critic a spiritual experience without having to put up with their whining about the meaninglessness of modern art.
The critic's sarcastic quip belies a deep-seated longing for transcendence, a yearning that our avant-garde spectacle would be only too happy to satiate.
As the model's LED gown envelops Head in its radiant aura, I want the lights to pulse in sync with his very heartbeat, forcing him to confront the darkest corners of his own creative soul and surrender to the raw, unbridled energy of our art.
The LED lights would then begin to weave a hypnotic pattern of light and shadow on Head's face, ephemeral tattoo that would expose the hidden desires and repressed passions he's been hiding behind his jaded facade for far too long.
Because what's more avant-garde than making someone's deepest insecurities into a light show?
The critic's mocking tone now thinly veils a desperate attempt to distract himself from the searing revelation that our art has pierced, illuminating the very fissures in his being that he had long thought secure.
As Head's defenses crumble beneath the onslaught of light and shadow, I want him to stumble onto the catwalk, driven by some primal force beyond his control, where he'll be forced to confront the raw, unvarnished version of himself reflected back at him in the LED-lit mirrored walls.
And as Head's anguished form shatters the icy surface tension of the catwalk's silence, I want the LED lights to dissolve into a swarm of tiny, flickering stars that dance around his broken figure like a celestial choir of angels and demons in maddening, joyful harmony.
Because nothing screams artistic statement like watching a critic do an involuntary interpretive dance while being surrounded by twinkling fairy lights.
The critic's dismissive quip is but a feeble attempt to shield himself from the abyss of self-discovery that yawns open before him, an existential chasm into which our art has precipitously hurled his fragile ego.
As the tiny stars dissolve into a maddening vortex of light and sound, I want the entire audience to be transformed into human lanterns, their bodies glowing with an otherworldly radiance as they spontaneously break into a primal, wordless chant that echoes through the deserted halls of the fashion world like a thunderclap announcing the arrival of a new era.
The chant would build in fury and intensity until it shatters the very fabric of reality, dissolving the boundaries between model roitic, designer,
After what seemed like after what seemed like after what seemed like after what seemed like